Let's be real. Asha has done some things that are objectively wrong. Number one, the most recent, the most prominent, they just raised their price of certification, which was already too much to begin with. For years, we've been asking Asha for more transparency for what they're doing with the millions of dollars they get from us annually. Most SLPs are still unsure, and when they do respond, most of the time they ignore us, but when they do respond, the response is extremely vague. According to financial supports, most of their money goes to salaries, travel, and maintaining their brick and mortar building. So, what are we paying them for? What are they doing for us? Second, but related to the first, is their sketchy and unethical pricing tactics. Let me tell you how they're getting way more money from us than they should. They artificially deflated the cost of membership, which is to be a member of ASHA, and artificially increased the price for certification, which is the actual CCC, Certificate of Clinical Competence. It takes about 2.4 million to run the certification program. But wait, because this next part is wild. Their revenue from this program in 2020, which means it's gone up since then because that was 4 years ago, their revenue was 42.5 million just from people renewing their certification. So about 40 mil is not even going towards the certification program. So even though we've already become certified, we've met all the requirements, they still force us to pay this every year just because they can take away the certification that we earned if we don't pay them. So technically, we really didn't earn our C's, we just earned the right to buy it. Then the next one, they love to tell us that the certification is voluntary, right? We don't have to be certified, we don't have to have the C's, we don't have to be a member. There are several instances recorded of ASHA going to these individual states, lobbying for the requirement of the C's to practice as a speech pathologist. They said we shouldn't even be able to practice without it. They said, hey, state of Nevada, SLPs, we know they went to 6+ years of school. They have thousands of hours of clinical experience and supervised experience, and they probably got a state license from you. But all of that is really irrelevant if they don't pay us every year for the certification. Then they had the nerve, the audacity, okay, to receive awards for their voluntary member retention rate. Like we have a choice but to pay them. And then, because we're not done, the organization that's supposed to be a leader in communication, a leader of advocacy, right? The same organization that encourages us to exercise our right as constituents and let our voice be heard. They took away our ability to do it. It's more than not answering phone calls, which they weren't. It's more than giving computerized and automated responses to people who complain, which they did. It's more than just having a horrible reaction to the backlash, which they also did. No, they went on their Facebook and disabled the ability for us to write a review. We can't write a review of this organization that I have to pay $200+ a year to. I can't review it. It's not going to fly too much longer. That's all I'm going to say.